What's up, Socialites? It's your girl, Socially Chrissy, and welcome to my channel. So if you guys read the title of this video, then you already know what it's going to be about. Boss 101, Momtrepreneur, and how you're able to accomplish all the things in motherhood, lifestyle, and entrepreneurship. So I wanted to create this video because I get a lot of DMs about how I'm able to do so much throughout the day or in my business while still maintaining being a mom, a complete wholehearted mom, and also running a full business. With the pandemic and everything going on, I think it is brought to light how much us women really do and how we're able to execute that into our business, our brands, our jobs, our careers, motherhood. If you're single, and if you're not, you're married, and then your marriage. So I just wanted to make this video because I think it's very necessary, and maybe some people just don't know. So when it comes to Boss 101 and creating Momtrepreneur habits, I think number one is balance. A lot of people are like, balance is not a thing. I think balance is a thing. It's just not what everyone sees it as. So balance doesn't mean that everything gets equal. That it doesn't mean that you equally spread your time between all things. So it's not like life is going to get 33%. Motherhood's going to get 33%, and entrepreneur will get 33%, but it does mean that you balance the things out, that actively get your attention, and that you're able to execute all things. It doesn't mean you'll be able to execute all things that day. It just means that life is a balance. And I do believe you can have work-life balance. I just don't think you can have work-life balance every day, every hour. So if I'm like, I want to get things done with my business by Friday, I also want to grow and maybe teaching my daughter who, if you guys are new to this channel, my daughter is speech delayed, and I want to teach her maybe 5 words of the week. And I also want to have time for myself. I believe that we can all achieve that balance. It's just creating a strategy. So that leads me to number 2. So I think that strategies and planning. So planning and strategies are all, it kind of encompasses each other. And I think that is something that is really tried and true, at least for me and many our entrepreneurs or business owners that I talk to. You fail to plan, you plan to fail. And I truly believe that, because for me and my household, we live off of habits that have been created because I planned them. And then now those habits have become routines. And let me just tell you, children thrive off of routines. It's not just my household, any household. It literally is psychologically proven. Habits, routines are essential in children's upbringing. And so, like I said, I plan what we're going to do. I try to plan like things that are reoccurring a month out. When it comes to my business, because I do own a media business, I plan quarterly, and that works for me. Now, obviously, you have to get to that threshold in order for you to be able to plan quarterly, but that's what I like to do. I love to plan quarterly so that I know where I'm going and how things are going to be anchored, and if I'm going to be able to do certain things and how I'm going to scale that business, my business, even further. So that's number 2. And number 3 for me is a really big self. You guys, ladies, socialites, I need us to all remember that self is key. If there was no self, there would be no reason for this video, and there would be no Momtrepreneur, because if there's not a human body, which is self, then there is nothing to maintain. And at the point where you feel, I don't have enough time for self, that's the time when you need to take time for self. Self is really good. Self-care. And listen, I'm not about to sell you this river dream house timeshare, okay? I'm not gonna do that. Self-care looks different for everybody. Now, that is something I can protest to, because my self-care is totally different than my sister's self-care, totally different than my best friend's self-care, totally different than a good friend of mine's self-care. Self-care is different. Self-care for you may be reading a book completely in and out. Maybe you can read books fast. Self-care may be cooking dinner uninterrupted while listening to music. Self-care could be kickboxing in the basement, just working out. Self-care could be doing your own nails. You know what I'm saying? Self-care could be spa if we weren't in a pandemic. Self-care could be so many different things, but whatever that self-care looks like, you need to make sure you're doing it. And that's all I'm going to say with that. You need to make sure that your self-care, however you see it, you need to be doing it. Now, whether it is every day, 15 minutes, whether it's every other day, once a week, that is up to you. And that goes back to the second tip, planning. Make sure you plan when it is. I feel that as a mom, we have so much going on, and once again, balance isn't going to be equally divided. So we have to make sure that however it is balanced and divided, that you make sure that you are in the equation, because you can't balance something that's not put in. That just goes to like checkbooks. You can't balance your bank account if you don't know the number you started with. You can't balance your bank account if you don't know the withdrawals coming out. And small deposits, maybe that's monetary, but the mental, physical, and your soul, spiritual deposits are depleted. So self-care is really, really key. A little small backstory is that I have an amazing almost 4-year-old who her name is Eden, and I started a business while I was pregnant. I realized that I did not want to go back to corporate America, and so I had to do something for me, her, and my family. And so what I did was I changed my mindset. And mindset is the very last tip that I have to, before you can do anything, you have to change the mindset in which you have right now that is probably telling you cannot do this, you don't have enough time, your idea is not good enough. You have to change that. You have to change that mindset first before you could do any of the other tips. If the mindset doesn't change, neither does anything else. And that is for anybody, mom or not. But more importantly for moms, because we have so many other things to do. So it's very time consuming and very tedious. Yes, I know that I'm happy where I am with my business, the ups and the downs, my daughter, my lifestyle. I love it. But it took a long time to get here. Like I said, my daughter is 4 and I started this a few months before she was born. So this is 4 years in the making. It isn't easy, but you will get there. But if you use these steps and you use them and you implement them into your process in your life and you're building your business, your brand, I know for sure that you guys will level up, scale up, and you will show out and show up for your business, your brand, or your passion project. Or just if you want to show up in motherhood. Maybe you feel like you're super busy with your career. Then I think that these tips are amazing for that as well. But I did want to make this video as I don't see a lot of people talking about how it is that we get things done and we're able to scale in our business or scale for our brand and also scale in motherhood and lifestyle. It is not the easiest thing, but it can be done. Use these tips and make sure you comment below. What was your favorite tip? Do you use any of these tips? Do you think you got to implement some of these tips in order to get to where it is that you want to be? All right, it's your girl, Social Chrissy. Thank you so much, Socialites. And as always, if you found this video useful and you found this video something that you like, oh my businesses need to see this, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys share this. Make sure you share, you comment, you like, and you subscribe. My page, because this is a page right here. This is a page. My channel is all about motherhood, lifestyle, and entrepreneurships. The beginning, the middle, and the end. I want to grow while I'm on YouTube, and I want to bring you guys with me. I also want to help a lot of different people, whether it's moms or not moms, but most importantly, moms matter, you know what I'm saying? Thanks for watching. Peace.